Hi. I'm going to talk to you today about my Reiki boat. I say to people who are ill or are not feeling well or suffering from anything, I'll say, I'll stick you in my Reiki boat. And so I thought, what a nice thing to talk about today. My hat is You're in My Story. If you see this hat in my thumbnail, you know I'll be talking about urine therapy. Okay. Urine therapy is something I've been participating in for, what's the date today? Let me look real quick. Oh, I don't know what the date is, but on the 18th, I will be 15 years young in urine therapy. All right, I have a shout out today to my daughter Cassie out in Alabama and my two grandsons Calvin and Jackson, and anybody else out there who is suffering or being challenged with a cold, right? Or a virus. Okay? And bless your hearts. I hope Cassie remembers to tell Jackson and Calvin, go get in the bathtub and pee in it and sit there for as long as you can. Let me turn this on. Let me kind of show you. I have a towel covering a foot massager that I got last weekend from the Ark, which is a second-hand store here locally, and we picked it up at a really. I'm gonna turn it on and I'll show you. See, you might not think, ooh, that color looking good. That is probably going on maybe a week old. Okay. Yeah. So I'll take off my. That's my Reiki boat, and I can add to it. I can add water, or I can add Shivambu, and then soak my feet in there for. I wonder if I should try it. Let me put in my earbuds and see if the sound might be. It may pick up this the sound on here better. Not sure. Anyway, shout out to. Okay, the reason I am today talking about it is, there are some things about the practice of urine therapy that are very hard, just like with flat earth or Tartarian too. It's a huge topic. It's hard to dive into, right? If someone who doesn't know anything about it. So if you're tuning into my channel for the first time, welcome. And I talk about all kinds of things on this channel that I would say normal people, didn't mean to go normal people don't normally want to talk about. I talk about them on my channel. I talk about my, quote, diagnosis. I keep going like this, sorry. My diagnosis. And that my my thoughts are that we can transcend the diagnosis system. Actually, all the things that I focus on, the 4 areas, the 4 caps I wear, this one is for urine therapy, in which I've stated before, this hat is probably wrong. I should say urine history. History is a whole different word. It's his story. It's not my story. It's his story, right? And we are all in it. We're all part. We're all part of that incredible, multi-dimensional, assimilated, possibly, assimilated by our thoughts story. It's a story. It's huge. It's beautiful. It's amazing. The more you practice recycling your own living waters, you start to understand words that have been said for a very long time, and the things that you understand about them might be different than the way everybody's talking. Right? Okay, so I talk about God, I talk about Jesus, I talk about Scripture, and I want you to know that this is a very broad thing. It includes so much more than mainstream religion has captured. You'll understand it as you do it, and I'm not saying it's really hard. It's like, maybe it's like, this just came to mind, I've never even thought this before, but maybe it's like describing skiing, okay, or snowboarding, and you say to your friend, no, this is incredible, it's so fun, you just have to get up there with your equipment on your feet and the proper equipment, and you learn how slowly, and it is a fun sport. But the person you're sharing with has never, ever heard of it. Right? And so they're probably going to be like, yeah, no thanks. That's okay. I can live without skiing and snowboarding and all of that. Or, I don't know if that's a good analogy. Urine therapy. I tried. Okay, I don't like that word. We got to eliminate the word try. I do my best to put myself in the shoes of someone who had never heard of it, had never heard of recycling urine, which I hadn't that first day that I had that dream, right? I have, so I want to be, if I had never heard of it, and I was feeling the effects of aging and feeling, my hair is getting gray and I'm feeling aches and pains, and the doctors tell me I've got osteoporosis and feel like I'm crumbling inside, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to implant any thoughts. But we have thoughts about ourselves when we start to age. And they're probably not that great. And like, what can I do? And so if I were presented with urine therapy and never heard of it before, I don't know if I would accept the thoughts without the dream I had, where I was face to face with this Jesus, God. He was an older version, so kind of like Grandpa God, and telling me that I had agreed in a way to do some things for him. Like, and that was when I was in the coma. Because I got to come back and I got to do and live again, some more. I only had 5 grandkids when I was in that coma in 2006. Now I have 11 of my blood. We were talking about it this morning. I have 11 plus 3 surrogates and 2 adopted. So, gives you something to live for, right? And if they're sick, it makes your heart ache. And I almost envy people with no families because they don't feel their families getting sick. Starts to get a little foamy after a while. I've got heat on in there. Probably should add another quart or 2. I'm just keeping it in there. Now, one thing I'd like to ask you all about, especially the practicing urine therapists, is about plastic. I leave this Shivambu in the plastic. It's been, like I said, it's been about a week. But where are we going to find a foot massager that's made of one of the things that we store our orin in, our Shivambu in, But they're making really good plastics that they didn't know about way back then, and silicone. I ordered a disposable, disposable is the wrong word, collapsible silicone cup, and I think 16 ounces. And I thought that would be great to carry around in a little purse, no matter where I go, right? So you don't have to flush any of it. I don't like to go in a public restroom and flush my golden nectar. I mean, that stuff is invaluable, you guys. It's like flushing money. And I'm not saying let's make drugs out of it and sell it to people or each other. Oh, what a silly, isn't it? Silly world we're living in right now. So yeah, email me at foureyestosee@gmail.com. And I'm going to start a notebook of my Reiki boat, and I will put your name in, and when I turn it on, I say a prayer and do Reiki on everybody in the boat, right? This is an expansion, a prayer of energy for all, actually. I do it for the whole plane. Everybody on the plane gets the benefit of my boat, so you don't have to send me your name. You can if you want. I'm very lazy about editing and including names of everybody that's donated, and I don't apologize. That's me. You get what you get with me. That's what my frame of mind has to be, or I can sit a year and not make a video. We don't want to talk like that. Now, there's been a little talk about odors, and possibly I've been eating a very little bit of meat, but a little bit of meat, and the aged does have an odor to it. My daughter was here yesterday. Shout out to Trinity for putting up with her mom all these years. All my daughters, actually. And I said, does it stink? She goes, oh yeah, it hit me at first, but I got used to it real quick. So I burn a little incense, and I'm not using any essential oils in this bath, mainly because I've kind of cut down on use of essential oils since I got a kitty. I don't think it's good for them. So anyway, yeah, I've cut down a little bit on that. You can drink urine through your feet. See, and I would say yes, you need to. If you put fresh in here, nobody's going to say anything or know anything. If you let it sit in there and age it for time, I think mine always stinks. In my humble judgment, there is odor to it. Stink is a pretty broad word, right? Aroma to the sweet aroma to the Lord is what it is, you guys, and that's in the Bible in the very beginning of the Old Testament. We could research that soon if you want. If you have any interest, I can break back the words sweet aroma to the Lord. So another thing that I want to get in-depth discussion with you all about with urine therapy is, actually this is a Tartarian topic. I could put on my tartar cap and we'll talk about it after I finish with this bath. Thank you for watching. Thanks. If you're still listening, that's great. I have aspirations of just talking all day long to you. Quit watching videos and start making them for you. This is good lighting for you to. We've been watching this basal cell carcinoma. I've been taking pictures of it, and looks good, doesn't it? I've noticed if I don't cover it with a pack at night, I don't see any better progression towards it being gone the next morning. Does that make any sense? When I put a Band-Aid on it and pack it, it is a lot better the next morning. So until it is completely one with and looks just normal like a piece of nose right there, I'm going to keep doing the packs at night. Urine packs. I show it. Lots of videos show the Band-Aid on my nose. Anyway, yeah, that's interesting to me. I don't know if it would be worse if I quit right now, and I don't really want to know. I've got to keep it up. I'm drinking through the feet. I do. I'm thinking of. Let me know in the comments below if you would like to see a video of everything I do, say for the first hour of my day. Because there are some things I do now on a regular daily basis that are incorporated into my experiment. That would be I wear a little white cap that is hints that don't have anything to do with urine therapy or flat earth or Tartarian, right? But they do. They're all four related, you guys. In part, we're all part of the same puzzle. It's not like we're thinking separate stuff here, right? So what I want you to comment below is, would you be interested in seeing my first hour of the day. Live stream. Just live stream the first hour. And I'll show you what I do, because I do the Tibetan rites. I've been doing every day. I marked it down. Oh, it was the day my cousin died is when I started the Tibetan rites. And I've been doing them every day since. The 5 Tibetan rites of rejuvenation. And you start out slow. But I've been doing that, and then I've been doing Tai Chi on a daily basis. And that only is like 5 minutes long. I do the 24 form Tai Chi. And there's a few other things I do that are religious. I do them every day. So comment below and tell me if you'd be interested in seeing that first hour of my day. I'll live stream it because I don't edit, so it's not the same thing, really. But then you guys could chat and talk on the side if you do it respectfully. I know you would. Thank you for watching. Thanks for joining me today, and thanks for joining me every day that I get on here. You're in my Reiki boat. Foot massagers aren't just for old people anymore. I love you guys. Talk to you soon.